Hey Warriors, and welcome back. This is the final call for 2018's first session of the Warriors United program. Thank you so much for your patience while Grace got her scheduling conflict with this program worked out. I'm so happy that we're finally here together to wrap up this session. And this is a wonderful call because it has some intriguing ideas about momentum for yourself and that you can share with your new team members. In my experiences with my own success in business and in love and in parenting and in my fitness goals, the biggest thing is consistency. And the reason people struggle is because they are not consistently working to get what they want every day. When you're consistent, you experience more success, and success leads to more success. That's momentum. But like with any object that's in motion, there are things that get in the way to either slow it down or stop it altogether. I love that one of Grace's messages in this final webinar is a focus on a proactive approach for those times when something gets in the way, specifically in coaching your team members. So as always, I'm going to ask you to do yourself a huge favor and close down that social media, put your cell phone off in another room, and focus on this helpful message. It really is the only way to absorb information and feel it deeply, by really focusing. So take this time to honor yourself and your business for the next, 35 minutes or so. Here's your first code word. It's KEEP. K-E-E-P. Grace, take it away.
Athena's family, this is Grace Howe, and I am so excited to be able to share with you how to magnify your momentum and keep your money-making mojo rolling. Momentum, the definition of momentum is the force gained by a moving object. See, you all are a force to be reckoned with, and when you have force and you're moving forward, you're making progress in your business, this is where your money-making mojo is in momentum, and that's what we're going to talk about today. It was interesting. I was recently asked a question from one of my clients. She said, Grace, I want to understand what is the time frame? What should I look for or notice when people are going to start slowing down in their business or lose their enthusiasm for what they're doing, and especially when they're brand new goddesses or they're brand new Adoni, and what do I need to be looking for? And I had never been really asked that question, and so it gave me an opportunity to think through a few things that were so valuable to her. They made an immediate impact on her business and her momentum, and I want to be able to share those insights with all of you today. So I want to encourage you to take out a piece of paper so you can take some notes and really hear my heart and where I'm coming from with these. So one of the things that it almost creates this challenge or a stopping point in someone's business. That's what I'm going to talk to you about, because see, if we can identify the stopping points and clarify what would give us momentum, we have a winning combination. And so this is when you have a new goddess or Adoni that you're working with, and they're joining your business, to be mindful of how important a successful start is to the longevity and the retention of them remaining a part of the Athena's family. And so I want to share with you several key points. The first one I want to talk to you about is disappointment. And rather than just making it look all rosy and it's going to be perfect and you're going to be so good at this for a brand new goddess or Adoni, to be able to share with them up front when they do decide to join the business, to share with them up front, there are going to be disappointments. And what I want to ask permission, or I want to ask of you, because, see, many people, they think, I don't want to put that out there. I don't want to put that there are going to be disappointments. Well, in reality, it's not if there's going to be a disappointment in our business. It's when we're going to have a disappointment. And it's not that I'm being negative, it's that I'm giving you truthful facts. There are going to be disappointments. There is going to be that first no. There is going to be that first, I just don't think I'm interested, or I don't think this is for me. So that's a disappointment. And what I want to encourage you to do with your new Goddesses and Adoni is to ask them, when that disappointment happens, would you be willing to have a conversation with me? Have a transparent conversation. Would you be willing to reach out to me so we can talk about that first disappointment? And what you'll find is that, oh my gosh, this is a good thing. Because, see, her question was, when do people quit or give up on their dreams and their business? Well, it's the first disappointment, especially if they're in isolation of it and they don't have anyone to talk them through it, or to encourage them, or to give them an opportunity to see that as an opportunity to bounce forward. So, again, being able to communicate with brand new Goddesses and Adoni, or existing ones, there will be some disappointments from time to time. Yes, there's going to be a lot of successes. Yes, you're going to have a lot of victories in your business. And when there is a disappointment, I'd like to ask if you'd be willing to reach out to me and have a conversation about that so we can talk through it. And so that is point number one, is to be upfront about it and give them an opportunity to be able to feel comfortable enough to come back to you, versus in isolation just being disappointed and saying, you know what, I don't know if this is for me, and playing tricks on themselves. And then we don't even know what's going on or what happened, or they're not returning our calls. Well, it could be because the disappointment hit them faster than we thought it would. Now we're able to be proactive when it comes to that. Another point that I shared with her is how important, in order for people to keep momentum in their business and posture themselves with strength and prosperity, is to be able to quickly create a return on their initial investment into the business. So whatever they are initial investing, especially after your training within the first 60 days of your business, that whole concept of being able to be trained in the first 60 days of your business, completing that training, but then getting your 50% off discount certificate to be able to use, again, from the point that they're provided that discount, that coupon discount of 50%. They have 30 days to use that. So being able to say, okay, whenever they receive that certificate, to be able to leverage that, what will be your initial investment into your business? And so whatever that amount is, whatever that number becomes, it is important for you as their leader to have a conversation with them about, now that we're clear on what your initial investment is going to be, how can we work together to strategize how you're going to recoup that initial investment? So you're going to be able to earn the money for whatever you put into the business, but then also you'll have an opportunity to reinvest into your business. You'll also have an opportunity to also earn the money based on that quick recovery of the initial investment. Now, there's a reason why I'm bringing this up. And again, it all ties into keeping the momentum, keeping their passion for the business. See, when people have recovered their initial investment in the business quickly, what they are saying to themselves and to others is, this business works. This business works. What's also important is that they have another posture. See, if we put it on a credit card, even if it's a 0% interest credit card for over a year, we have this lingering thought of, okay, I've got this expense lingering over my mind about, I'm going to need to pay that back. Versus, think about this. When somebody recovers their initial investment into their business within their first month or 2 months working with Athenas, this is what happens. When they go to talk to somebody about Athenas, whether it be the business or the product, and people ask, well, how is this working for you? Your new Goddesses and Adoni, and even for yourself, you can say, oh my goodness, I was able to recover my initial investment with Athena's in 2 months. And now what I did was I took that initial earnings, I paid myself, and I also reinvested in my business. So right now my business is operating from my profits. So what is happening when people can say that about their business and their Athena's business? What they're posturing is they're putting themselves in a positioning and a posture of prosperity. They're putting themselves in a position of success, that this business works. And so how they're talking about the business and how they are approaching others, they're confident because they know that this was a success. It's also fantastic when people can recover their investment that quickly. It's fantastic for the people that they love, their partners, their significant others, when they're looking at this business and saying, oh my gosh, the initial investment it took from our family resources, or it took from our account, our savings, our checking, it took from our credit, whatever it may be. Well, when you can go back and say, honey, look, we were able to earn what we put into the business. We were able to earn an income, so we made money, and now we have an opportunity to reinvest. So what you're doing, my friends, by creating this, it's almost like this eager anticipation and strategy around recovery of the initial investment. You are setting them up for long-term success. And also when you take this approach with your new team members and existing team members, what you're doing is you're modeling this as a best practice. You're modeling it. It's valuable to be able to recover your initial investment, reinvest, and also earn some money for yourself, pay yourself. And so that becomes a methodology of how we do business, whether that be in your organization or Athena's as an overall company. So that's one thing to remember. And this will also, like I said, keep their money-making mojo and momentum intact because they're feeling so good because they're prosperous. They're feeling so good because they have evidence that this works. They're feeling so good because the people that they love the most that are saying, okay, you just made that money back. We're excited. And you made some money. And we get to reinvest into your business so your business is functioning off of its own profits. Now they have champions. They have people that are saying, gosh, Athena's works. It's fantastic. It's almost like don't let the door hit you on the way out, honey. I know you get out there and make it happen. So they're more likely to be champions of your business and of you. And I think that's what we all want. We want people to support us and to believe in us, and this is one way to, like I said, set them up to do that. So it's important that we're having these conversations, we're creating this expectation of return on investment, and we're also strategizing with them about what it takes in order to do that. And so if their initial investment is going to be $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, whatever the amount may be, okay, so what will it take? What are the averages? What will it take on average for them to be able to recover that investment, whether it be for booking parties, whether it be for adding new team members into their organization, a combination of the two. So being able to support them because they're brand new to the business. They don't know what it's going to take in order to recover that amount of money. You do. So work with them, help them to be able to figure that piece of the puzzle out. So it's so clear they have a target, they know where they're running to, and they know the time frame that they'd like to get there. And those are some keys. The other thing that I wanted to share with you is, again, a reinvestment into their business is so important. So they earn the money, now they're reinvesting. They paid themselves, but they're also reinvesting. What you're doing is you're further solidifying their retention to stick with it, to stay with Athena's, and to see it all the way through, to continue to be a part of this community. So again, retention and modeling that as a best practice for everyone that joins the business. It's such a great posture to put put people in and set them up for short and long-term success. The other thing that I wanted to share with you is when somebody first joins your business and you're having a conversation with them about becoming a goddess or an Adoni, what is important that we talk about from the very beginning when they say, okay, I'm interested in doing this, I'm ready to do this. This is your next best question. Who do you want to run with? Who could be your power partner? Who would you like to collaborate with? So when it comes to doing this business, let's think about who would be great at this with you. Now, what's so important about taking this approach is that when you have somebody join with somebody else, what you're doing, and when you set that as a standard, what you're doing is you are doubling the size of your organization very rapidly. You're also modeling this as a best practice, so they're going to think, well, this is how you do it. When you sponsor somebody into the business, they sponsor someone into the business. And so that's one thought, is you're modeling a best practice. Another thought to remember when you take this approach is that now you've leveraged your time. See, you're not only training her or him on how to do this business successfully and modeling what needs to happen in order to be successful. For one, you're doing this for two. And it goes back, this whole philosophy goes back to Alka-Seltzer. Back in the day when Alka-Seltzer first came out, they were doing this study. Alka-Seltzer was doing a study, and they were like, doing some research on their customers, and what they were finding person after person, city after city, was that people weren't taking the Alka-Seltzer properly. They were taking one tablet. And so what Alka-Seltzer did is they came out with this ingenious jingle. And I'm certain that some of you can sing along with me on this one. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. That's right. Let's sing it again. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, oh, what a relief it is. And so what is that telling you? That's telling you take two tablets versus one. Well, what was interesting about this is that Alka-Seltzer in that first year doubled their sales, obviously, because now people are taking it properly, doubled their sales, and then every subsequent year after that, because people became more accustomed to the way that to take their product. Well, now we have an opportunity for people to be accustomed to when someone joins, they bring someone with them right away or as quickly as possible. They don't hesitate. And so that gets people flexing that engagement muscle. That gets people being creative as to who they would want to work with and who would be their power partner. And what you're also doing is you're increasing the likelihood of a larger upfront initial inventory investment. So they're more likely to order more because they want to set the standard for their new team member or their new power partner that they're bringing on. They also are more likely to stay with the business, and your retention will dramatically increase because they're saying, well, I brought this person in. I feel a sense of, it's important that I stay with it because I feel a sense of responsibility because I encouraged someone else to join. I better stay the course. So you are increasing your retention. You're doubling the size of your team. If this is your first person to join your business, you just doubled because they're bringing in someone as well. So you're already building your second generation. It also gives you an incentive to max out your sales so that you can get those those in-depth residuals and earnings based on their retail sales. So there's so many advantages to you taking this approach, including the retention for both of your new people and leveraging of your time. So you're not just training one, you're training 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? We appreciate all of them. So being able to leverage your time and your and your knowledge about making a successful business. So again, this whole concept of power partners and partnering up. So who would be your running partner, and how can we get the products in front of them, on them? How can we get them using them, and then quickly engage them to participate in this business with you, and to do this with you. So that is another concept that I wanted to share with you of ways to get your money-making mojo rolling and to build that momentum throughout your organization. Because even I had a conversation with a woman recently, and we were talking about this, and she was like, Grace, this is so exciting, because she said, if I do this, then it's more likely that my team, my existing team, if I talk to them about this, it's more likely for them to do this. And then our future generations of Goddesses and Adoni to do this as well, to take this leveraged approach to multiply very quickly. So that those are a couple of ideas. Another idea that I want to share with you around magnifying your momentum and your money-making mojo to keep that rolling is to encourage people, especially when they first join the business. Sometimes people don't feel very comfortable with talking to people about their business or their products. It's almost like they've got to build up their confidence, and they get so nervous they're not sure what to say or how to say it or how to approach people, because quite frankly, we are in such a technology age that sometimes people are not used to talking to people anymore. They're down looking on their phones, and they're not with us. They're like in this digital world. And so being able to have help people to have conversations from the very beginning. And this came from a top leader. I was asking her, I said, so what are some of the things that you do with new people that join your organization? What do you encourage them to do to be successful or to have a successful start? And what she said to me shocked me at first. I was like, no way, because I know this person, and I was like, no way would you want to do that. You'd want, and I'm going to share with you what she did. I was like, no way. You would want them to do everything they can to build as fast as they could. And her approach was so contradictory to that, and in reality, it was absolutely aligned with that. And so I'm going to share with you briefly what that looked like. What she said was, she goes, Grace, what I do is I provide training, some initial training, which is what I'm so grateful that Athena provides. They provide that initial training to get you all started. And then she said, I provide that initial training. And then what I do is when I'm talking to them, I encourage them. I say, just go out and talk to 100 people. This is my challenge for you. Talk to 100 people. You can talk to them anywhere. Where could you talk to people? You can talk to them at the store. You can talk to them in line. You can talk to them over social media. You can talk to them in restaurants. You can talk to people all over the place. She said, talk to them and do not mention one word about our business. Not one word. You don't mention one word about our business. And so they're like, okay, I can do that. And so what she was doing is she was giving them a challenge to go out and interact again. We call it human contact. She was like, go out and make human contact and connect with people. And so she goes, Grace, this is the funny part. I've never had one person make it all the way to 100 people. 100 people to not mention one thing about the business. She said she goes, some people, it was 40 or 30, 20. Some people it was 10, because what they were finding was because they felt so comfortable just having natural conversations, they didn't have this looming over them of how can I slip my business into this conversation, or how can I direct this to them asking me what I do, or, just tactics. She was like, Grace, they were so postured and natural that it became, as they were having conversation, that their business or what they had to offer became a natural part of the conversation. And so it didn't take them 100 people to talk to before starting to talk about their business, but what it did was it turned down the volume of fear, and it turned down this I don't know what to say or how to say it. It just made them feel so much more comfortable to spark conversation, and that practice became permanent. So it became permanent to naturally simply talk to people. Tell me about you, or what brought you into this restaurant, or what is the favorite thing that you eat here? What do you like most about this place? Just anything, and just having natural conversations with people, and then gradually what happened is they felt more and more comfortable to talk about their business. And that's what we want to do. And this could even, if this is something that you struggle with personally, or you know someone that is struggling with this, again, this is a great way to get practice in, practice connecting, practice engaging, practice without this looming idea of I got to get something from this person, and just have those natural conversations. And, oftentimes those natural conversations will turn out to be opportunities for additional conversations with them. Or they'll be like, gosh, I like you. What do you do? Or where are you from? Or tell me your story. This is what people will naturally do, because you're so interested in them, and you're friendly, and you're enjoyable to be around, and you're not looking to get anything from them. You're looking to give something to them. And that's what I believe you do. All of you at Athena's, you add value to people's lives. You contribute to the betterment of their relationships, or how they see themselves, or who they be. And so that's something that you all have working so well for you. And so I'm hoping that these ideas and concepts that I shared with you today, because I was really passionate about it, I wanted to share with you what could really hit home and magnify your momentum, your force gained by a moving object. But you're moving forward, you're bouncing forward, you're connecting and interacting with people, you're making a difference. And these are ways to, like I said, keep your money-making mojo rolling, because there's so many advantages to setting your new team members up for success. There's so many advantages of setting yourself up for success, and to keep that in mind. Another thing I want you to think about and be mindful of is, how did you power start your business? So when you support people to expedite their return on investment, what you're really doing, my friends, is you're teaching them how to power start their business, how to get it going with momentum, strength, efficiency, and hit the targets or milestones that they're working towards. It's the same thing. You all have that same opportunity to do this month after month. I had one lady I was recently talking to. She goes, Grace, I did what made me successful, what I call my power start. For her power start was 4 to 6 parties a month. Other people, it's 4 to 8. It just depends. It's a certain number of people that we're getting the products in front of, or new customers that we're adding to our database, or new team members. So whatever your power start is, it's like that sweet spot for your business. I encourage you to do that month after month. Some people are like, well, how can I maintain that? Well, it's so much easier to maintain momentum or move a car that's already moving than to start from scratch. And so if you're starting from scratch, I encourage you to get started. Today is the great day to start for your momentum, because one party is going to lead to another party, is going to lead to another party. And if you're having a challenge finding parties right now, I encourage you to be creative. Get creative. Well, where could you go to meet new people? How could you get in front of new people? Who could be an advocate for you that would be happy to refer you to others and share what you have to offer and what you can teach someone else? They know people. So get creative so that you can get, it starts with one. You get one, and you're talking to them about the benefits of hosting or the benefits of the business. One moves you into the next one and into the next one, and you get that what we call multiplied effect and momentum for your bookings. And keeping that momentum alive is crucial. And if you don't have it alive right now, find a way to get it. And you could get it through past customers, past hosts, past people that people that you know that said that they were interested, but maybe they didn't make a decision right away. So go and think about what are your areas of opportunity that you could explore and make it happen, my friends. So Goddesses and Adoni, I appreciate you so much for listening to today's message. The code word for today is IT. IT, yes, IT, and it's not technical. It is fun. It is enjoyable. It is momentum. And so it is your word. I know that I'm going to get to see you in September. We're not going to be hearing from one another between now and then. What we can do, though, is you can go back and re-listen to the messages that were delivered through this series of calls. And I encourage you to do that from time to time because, see, what we input, we output. What we input, we output. So thank you so much for your time today, and please let Jennifer and the Athena's Bam Bam know how you felt about this call and this series, and also what's most important is you activate what you've heard today. That's the key. See, knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is powerful. So thank you, everyone. Make it a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Well, like all her webinars, I have enjoyed this one immensely. What did you think about the concept of the power partner? Are you willing to set this as a standard for your team? Well, I can tell you that Grace's family is one of the most powerful families in direct sales. Obviously, you remember her mom. For those who have been with us for a while, Nikki Keohohou is the president of the Direct Selling World Alliance. Grace's cousin is one of the top team leaders in one of the biggest direct sales companies in the world, like tippity top. The thing about the Keohohou family is that they are outside of the box thinkers, and they know how to find success swiftly. So I'm curious to find out if you are uncomfortable with the concept or if you are open to trying something new. You know, the old saying goes, if you always do what you've always done, you always get what you always got. I also appreciate her encouragement of revisiting the idea of talking to people, being present, looking up from your phones, remembering that conversations and human contact are still valuable. Grace will be coming to Athena's to present live in September during our Golden Circle weekend, and I encourage you to earn those Golden Circle points so that you have the opportunity to see her for free. You will not regret spending time learning ways to grow your business from someone like Grace. So, this is it. It's time to wrap up the session. I challenge you to post a video on the WOW page about what your most valuable takeaway was from this session of Warriors United. Post your video in the thread that says, what was your takeaway for this session? By Friday, April 27th at midnight, I'll pick a winner on Monday, and I'll give that winner 2 womanizers to go. 1 for keeping, 1 for selling, or 1 for demo, 1 for selling, or 2 for selling. That's a nice profit you can put in your pocket if you're the lucky winner. I also want to remind you that the Blitz is next Tuesday. That's the May Blitz. You're going to want to participate. I mean, I don't need to say anything more than you will build your business, and you could win a key to that $20,000 treasure box. And truly, if you want a business that is thriving this summer, and you want to keep the momentum going that you created in the first months of 2018, or create momentum if you're new, you will participate. Blitzing fills your calendar, blitzing builds your team, blitzing keeps you connected to your clients. Blitz to let those clients know that the new products are on their way. The summer line is being unleashed on May 16th at our sold-out BBW. If you didn't get tickets, as we sold out in a record 4 minutes, I hope you'll be watching the live stream with team members or your team leader or your Goddess and Adonis friends. It's going to be an incredible night where we unleash those products and announce who our winning warriors are. One of you will be winning a trip to Mexico. Wow. So good luck to all of you. We'll also be picking the winner of the 2 Hawaii trips. And you can get in there one more time by hitting 2K Paves the Way in April. I'll be unleashing new incentives for the summer. that you don't want to miss, and a new Summer Warrior Learning Series. So many good things happening that night. But for now, I'd like to thank you for being part of this session that we just completed, for listening, participating, sharing, and caring about your business. The directions to submit your code words for this webinar can be found in the email that contained the link, and it's on the Wow and War pages for your convenience. You smart and savvy entrepreneur, you, I know that you can find the directions and follow them to a T. Your final code word is GOING, G-O-I-N-G. So I'm going to get going now. You head on over to the WOW page and get that video made about your biggest takeaway from this session so that I can pick a winner to win those 2 womanizers. I know you love womanizers. Oh my gosh, such a great product. Well, my friends, thank you again. Goddess bless.